It's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to day 5. I believe this is day 5 of my 2023 holiday card series. This is your 9. There are 8 other playlists for you to enjoy if you want to see some more card making. It's kind of fun to go back and watch and kind of see the evolution of how my card making has kind of gotten better as we've gone along. We all start somewhere. We all have to learn somewhere. So this is a safe space for you to ask questions, etc. So in today's video, I am using the die from the store that shall not be named. And I am on the fence about keeping this die, you guys, because I love it so very much. But anywho, I wanted to make a card using the Greeting Farms Anya. And this is Holiday Anya 7 or 6, I don't remember. And she's got her cute little mug and she's got a cute little sweater on. And I thought, how fun would this be to paper piece her outfit and give her a cup that has like a little gingerbread on it. So that's what we're doing today. So I paper pieced in Wednesday video. If you missed it, that was a video I did for Gerda Steiner. I love those kitties so very much. So stinking cute. So yeah, so before we head over to the craft table, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Feel free to ask a question, leave a comment, leave an emoji if you don't have time to write a long comment. All engagement is welcome and appreciated. And if you're new here, hi, thank you. I've gained a little bitty set of more subscribers, and I appreciate anybody that takes time to out of their day to spend it with me. So yeah, I think I mentioned it in this video voiceover, which I've already done. I'm filming the intro afterward, but the cards that you see me make these first couple of weeks will be available the last day of September in my Etsy shop. So I do have some cards in my Etsy shop. I still have the bundles, although I said they were going away. I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. So you have a couple more days to get mystery card bundles if you're interested. Okay, that's a lot of information, Misty. Let's head over to the craft table and I'll walk you through how I made this card. Y'all, okay. Couple of things. We are starting this card completely opposite than I normally would. I normally color my images and then work my way through card bases, etc. I actually was playing around with this first. This is the die from the shop that shall not be named. And I really loved this color and I loved it on this pink plaid or gingham, and I just went from there. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is the 3rd time that I've tried to do this voiceover, and I will start a thought and completely lose it 1 second later. So I apologize that my brain is literally on the fritz, but we're gonna do our best. I'm gonna do my best to get through this. We're gonna do it. Okay. So this is Holiday Anya, and I believe it's either 6 or 7. She's got a cute little coffee cup. I love her little outfit with the long sleeve shirt underneath the sweater. She's got some boots. She's basic. This is the basic girl that we all know and love. And I thought it would be really funny or really fun to have her mug have the gingerbread from Doodlebug. So this is a piece of paper that I have been hoarding for years. I'm using the last few pieces that I have on this card. So there's just not enough room to use the magnet to hold this paper down, so I'm just using some washi tape in it because I wanted it placed exactly where it would be, the gingerbread would be in the middle. And then I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper and also stamp her sweater, but I don't know where that footage is. So that footage is gone. I did paper piece her sweater too. And I am stamping her on my favorite Copic paper. I like the Hammer Mill 100 pound. I know some people like the Express cardstock. I've never tried that because it's expensive and it's kind of hard to get. So I haven't picked that up, and this one I've really enjoyed. If you're looking for something that is transfer proof, that won't show through, the Gina K, I think it's their thick white, and they may not even carry it anymore. I have no idea. It's been years since I've purchased cardstock from her. It's fantastic. If you want to do a true 1-layer card and you want to color with Copics, that stuff never bled ever. I never had an issue with it. So one thing I do when I paper piece is I cut out the image and then I go around it with a black marker, and that's just to help it be consistent. Plus, a lot of paper has a white core and the lines on your image are almost always black unless you're doing no line coloring, which I don't do. I've tried a couple of times and I I am blind as a bat. Well, I shouldn't say I'm blind as a bat. My vision continues to deteriorate. Like my right eye it's gone. Like I think there's like a 3-point difference between the two eyes, and I'm not kidding. And I've got bifocals now, and so it's really hard for me to see no line color. I have tried it before, and I did a card for Scrapbook Pal not that long ago where I used no line ink, but I used it with a stencil. The companies that decided that you can color their stamps with stencils, genius. That is so amazingly easy, especially if you're someone who doesn't want to invest in markers or you don't like to spend hours coloring, because sometimes I spend hours coloring. So yeah, Pink Fresh Studio is the company that I used. But yeah, I love the 3-step stencils. They are kind of spendy for what they are, but I enjoy them very, very much. So I am coloring an auburn-haired girl with light skin. I do like to do a variety of skin tones on my channel. And honestly, this was supposed to be 2 different girls. I was going to do her in pink and blue. And then I had another one that was going to be red and green. And I started coloring the hair. And I don't know what it is about hair strokes here lately. Maybe I just need to replace the nibs on some of my markers. I can't get hair strokes to save my life. So I've considered investing in polychromos, or just making sure that I pull out my colored pencils to add in that kind of detail. Now, I am not someone who likes the large white highlight. I don't like a very blinding highlight when I color hair. Not saying that that's the wrong way to color, just saying that that's not what I like aesthetically. I love it when I see it on other people's, but I feel like I can never capture it correctly, so it's not something that I love. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to add a little bit of R20 to her cheeks, and quite honestly, I probably could have gone a little bit more. So this is a Micron pen, and they are archival, and they do not smear. So they are alcohol ink friendly, any alcohol ink, Sharpie, Bic, Oahu's, whatever you use to color. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. They work in your planner. They come in a bunch of different tip sizes, and there's a brush pen that I absolutely love. I use that one a lot when I make cards for Stamp Anything, because of their eyes. The pupil of their eye is like solid black. And sometimes I don't have the patience to stamp it so many times to get solid black on the eye, and I'll just use that brush pen to kind of color it in. So how I color hair is I start with the darkest, and this is, I believe, R49. Not R49, E49. It's either E49 or E29. I don't remember. And then I just flick and kind of where like a shadow would be, like where her bangs kind of overhang or go over the back of her hair. That would be a shadow. So I just kind of add shadows where I think they might be. And I'm jealous of their hair. If you want to practice coloring hair, the Greeting Farm their images are great for that, because their heads are so much larger in proportion to their bodies. What was it? Sanctuary Canary? What? I just had that shop name in my head and it just went poof, like I said. Saturated Canary? Is that what they were called? They also used to do a whole lot of hair. Polka Doodles has a lot of images that have hair. Creative Fabrica has it, like you can find hair, digital stamps, etc. So there are a lot of different places where you can find hair. There are also tons of classes. Kitten Cloud. It's a Kitten Clouder or Kitten Chowder. I don't remember. They offer a ton of classes. I will be taking some of them because I feel like as a marker person, I've probably medium skilled. Like there are some things I could learn. I don't pay attention to shading. Like I don't know where the light source is coming from. I just have it. If I'm doing a scene, to me, that's more important than if I'm just coloring an image that's going to go on a card. Like if I'm creating a scene, then yeah, and it's going to be dark or something like that, absolutely. But when it's just an image like this, I always, like it's just coming down. It's just coming down. So I used, I think it was E21 to color in the cream of the whipped cream on her, in her cup. So I just fussy cut, and I am not great at it, but the greeting farm, do they ever release dies? I honestly don't know. I don't follow them that closely. I do love their images, and Amy Young, who is designer for everybody, I feel like, I always love her artwork, but it makes me so jealous. And I follow her on Facebook. She live colors every weekend, and she teaches so much. I think she owns Sweet November Stamps. I am not 100% certain, but she designs for the Greeting Farm, Hello Bluebird, Purple Onion Designs. Who else have I seen her with? I think she's done a couple with Papery Ink, Stamping Bella. She must do nothing but color, because that woman produces some art. And she gives her cards away, and I was lucky enough to get one. And it has a pride of place, because that's art. Like, I know a lot of people don't consider it art, but it's art. Like, we're using different mediums to create art, and that's why I love doing it. I just love it. So I had to perform some surgery, so I had to stamp another cup. Imagine that. I initially had put some glossy accents on the cup to help it look more like a shiny cup, and I didn't like it and didn't dry flat. I probably should have used the clear Nuvo, but I just didn't. So I left that in just so you could see that, I really do mess up. And I've always said this channel is about crafting in real life. If I make a mistake, I'm going to share with you how I fix it, because nobody crafts perfectly. I know we show you the most perfect pictures at the end, but that's just not how life works, right? So you can see here that I am like literally hanging on to scraps of this paper. And I cannot wait for October for Doodlebug to release that gingerbread. Like, I am tempted to buy 2 of all of it. I just love it so much. You guys know, if you don't know, hi, my name is Misty, and I'm obsessed with gingerbread. I love gingerbread houses, like stamps and stuff. I love them in real life too. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have an entire village of purple and silver themed gingerbread houses if I could. There was one point where I thought I was going to buy like 8 different doll houses and build them and paint them to be gingerbread houses. And then Rob's like, okay, if that's what you want to do. And then I was like, this is dumb. You're not going to do that. So I am bringing back that die so I can get these cut to exactly the same size. I am going to be adhering them over the other paper. I can't remember if I tried to pull the paper out or not. I'm sure it ripped. Tater chip, but yeah. Speaking of tater chips, it is almost time for the Texas State Fair, or the State Fair of Texas, and they always do like big Texas food or whatever, and one of them is like crab tater tots. And you guys, like, Rob and I have not been to the fair since like 2012, and I'm like, I would be willing to go for that. I'd be willing to go pay $600 to park and rent a scooter and walk around. The State Fair of Texas is expensive. But I was like, oh, if you didn't know, I love seafood. And Rob and I have had the opportunity to go up north because he's originally from Massachusetts. We've had the opportunity to go up north a few times, and I always budget so that I can have lobster every day, because I love lobster so very much. And what's funny is I was just flipping through Instagram, as you do, and I stumbled upon this guy that was sharing this lobster roll called the Big Kahuna. Well, come to find out, it was the lobster roll that I had eaten when we were up there in 2022. So, yeah. And here I'm trying to find paper that I can use to be the horizontal lines. And I think I just abandoned that in the end because it was just getting to be a little bit too tedious, and they didn't match. And that's the thing about Doodlebug. They're pretty good about staying consistent with their character design, but I've noticed that they have changed their Santa again. Santa looks completely different than he did last year than he did 2 years ago. So yeah. So sometimes I'm like, most of the patterns you can kind of count on, like there's always a plaid. There's always like a tone on tone. but the characters have changed sometimes. So I'm going to get these adhered, and then I'm going to fuss around with trying to figure out what I put her on. And this is where I walk away, and you can kind of tell that this is a different day. The lighting's just a little bit different. And I decided to pull out one of these doilies. Speaking of Doodlebug, I bought these doilies off Amazon a couple of years ago, I think. And I absolutely love them. No, it was last year because I was using them in my holiday card series. So yeah, I really loved it. And I thought this will be simple and easy. And that's what I'm going to do. So this is either Cotton Candy or Princess Pink from, what are they called? MFT, but I honestly can't remember. But I'm just cutting that down to 4 1/4 by 11, scored it at 5 1/2, and adding this on top. This die I've mentioned before, this die is 5 1/2 inches long, but like 3 1/4 inches wide. So it'll go all the way down to the bottom of the card, but it won't go all the way across. And here I'm just cutting things down just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in, oh, I cut it off. I don't remember doing that. Missed it. I must have messed it up real bad. I don't remember. So I have started keeping the white, these are pre-scored note cards that I've picked up off Amazon. They are a lifesaver. Let me tell you, I've started relying on them more and more. So I'm going to add a bunch of Scotch adhesive to the back of her, just cutting it down, putting it where I need to. And once I do that, add a little bit of shimmer, this card will be done. So yeah, but anyway, yeah. I have no idea what we were just talking about, but that's all right. So thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. It's Friday. We're 2 Fridays into this holiday card series right now, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm going to add some jewels that Annabelle sent me from England, and they are so pretty. But other than that, that's it. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Let me know if you've tried the Greening Farm and if you've noticed that Doodlebug has changed the character design. It'd be interesting, or if you even love Doodlebug as much as I do. But yeah, all right. Have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces. I'll see you Monday for another card. Bye for now.